Hey guys, Jacob here. This is going to be a review of another named high-end weapon. And I know I did make a mistake on this video a while back, and I'm sorry about that. It was just a small error on my part, but I'm re-uploading this to do a completely new review on it. And that's going to be the ACS-12 Rock and Roll Shotgun. This does have an inscription. It says lots of people love the guitar. Me, I love the drums. Bam, bam, bam. Really gets my blood flowing. Hyena band member. This one's hitting at 60.9 damage. This is the base. You guys can see on the bottom there. I turned it on for you guys to see it. 300 RPM with 30 rounds in the magazine. This does have Strain on it, Perfectly Extra, and Zen. Perfectly Extra is the main named talent on this weapon. Obviously, you guys can see there it's gold with 50% magazine capacity. So you're actually going to get 30 rounds in this ACS. So if you're a huge fan of the ACS or the Showstopper from Division 1, I'd highly recommend using this weapon because it is a lot of fun to mess around with. If you have like a shotgun build, I imagine this weapon is pretty effective. Me, I don't really use a shotgun build, but as a secondary and a fun weapon to use, I've been using this for PvP. And I do have Strain on here, and I do have one that has Pummel on it, so I've been experimenting to see what talents I like the most and that fit in my playstyle. Strain, of course, is crit hit damage gained for every 10% of your armor that is depleted. So basically, if you use something that's like on a clutch build and someone's right in front of you, there's been times where I've swapped to this with Strained and just ripped through someone. And mostly it's just a close quarter weapon I use when I'm out of ammo in my main primary gun, which is usually the FAMAS or the Eagle Bear. The attachments on this weapon are kind of limited. As you guys know, if you've been using the ACS, you only get the attachment for the sight and for the laser pointer or the grip, whatever you want to put on here. But you can put the crit damage grip, the vertical grip, the laser for the technician, pretty much any grip you want essentially on here. And for the short optics, you can put all these optics right here. The skin, I do have the Manhunt skin on here, which is one of the older skins when the game first came out. To compare this from normal extra to perfectly extra, you guys can see normal extra has 20% magazine capacity, and this is 50% magazine capacity. So you guys can see the difference right there. At the moment, to acquire this weapon, at least the way I've acquired it, I don't know if you guys can find this in the open world. I've played this game a lot and farmed a lot, and I've never seen it drop in the open world. But the main place where I've gotten this from is the DZ at the Thieves' Den vendor by picking it up there if he's selling it that day. At the moment, I don't know what he's selling currently because I have not checked. But that's how I got mine when I was looking for it. Also, you could find this in something like the conflict caches where I've gotten 2 of them and given them to multiple people. And so if you're a big conflict player and you like going in there and collecting the caches up and getting up really high, you'll probably get this pretty easily if you play this enough. One more thing, as always, if you guys go over to the recalibration station and go to the shotguns or any named weapon, here's the other one right here if you guys recognize that one. But you cannot change Perfectly Extra to any other talent. That's just a reminder that you cannot roll this weapon. But if you go down to something like the other Rock and Roll and change the damage to armor, you can change it to like 7% and get that percentage a little bit higher than 5% to make this weapon a little bit more effective. But overall though, this weapon is a pretty fun gun to use, due to the fact that it's 30 rounds in the magazine and a shotgun, and this weapon doesn't hit as hard as something like the premeditated double barrel that a lot of people have been using. But overall, this weapon is not too bad because it is hitting in the 60s. That's also a reminder that does depend on your stats and stuff like that. Like I've said, this is really good if you guys are trying to make a shotgun build that's around this weapon. I recommend trying to get the Motherly Gloves and getting those 13% shotgun damage to try to get the most out of this weapon. And also spec into shotgun damage on your specializations. That way you can make this gun a little bit stronger. I know Allegro is not on here, which a lot of you guys use with this weapon, but Perfectly Extra is pretty good due to the fact that you're going to be right in front of someone's face and you have 30 rounds, so it's really not that big of a drop off. Strain, you could put something like Close and Personal on here also, so when you're fighting a combat, when someone's right in front of you and you kill them, you're going to get that weapon damage proc for a short amount of time, and you essentially could just rip through another player while you're using this gun. Like I said, I did mess up on this weapon a while back due to the fact that it was a small error in the upload, but that's just a quick little overview on it and tell you guys how to get this weapon and a few things about it. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Division 2 content, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.